Dominica shops close super early. I'm going to fall, like the car is going to fall, I'm going to die. How do you want to make money if you close early? This is me driving, this is the car coming, and this is how the road is curved. Don't have traffic lights, but they obey traffic rules like mad.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Toluwani Steven, and if you're new here, thank you for tuning in. So I made a video on likes and dislikes about Dominica, and I asked you guys to tell me if you wanted part 2, and I love the comments, the interaction on that video, because a lot of people told me, oh, I should put out part 2. So I'm here with part 2, but it's not going to be exactly like the part 2. It's going to be likes and dislikes. It's going to be on facts about Dominica, like would you visit Dominica? I'm going to share you guys the truth, the good, the bad about Dominica you love to know. So if you want to find out, keep watching. So the first fact about Dominica is they are right-handed drivers. We Nigerians usually drive with our left hand. This is my left hand. So if I'm in a car, this is where my steering is going to be, while the passengers are going to be on this side. But in Dominica, this is where their steering is. We Nigerians, we drive left-handed and we drive on our rights. So I never really got to drive in Dominica, because when I asked about the whole driver license and driving class, they were telling me all sorts of things, which is my second point, which is going to be driving school is so expensive. So expensive. I remember asking someone, I think that was 2019 June or July, I asked someone for driving school. They told me driving school costs 650 EC. Now converting that to USD, that should be, let's check that. 650 EC divided by, I think it's about 2.67. That is $243 to drive. $244 basically to drive. Times it by Nigerian currency, which is, let's say right now, the dollar rate is 570, right? So I spent 138,000 naira to learn driving in Dominica. I did not want to do that, because that is waste of my money. I learned driving school in Nigeria in 2018 before I left to Dominica, but I did not like finalize or make my hands strong. So I thought, okay, why not I go to Dominica? Why not I just try and learn driving? On getting there, I realized that driving school was that expensive. Then I just killed my whole vibe on driving. I'm like, okay, I'm not driving again. I had to come back to my Nigeria and learn. Nigerian's driving school, I think for 3 months, before a month is 30,000 naira. For 2 weeks is 15,000 naira. And that 30,000 naira includes getting your driving learner's permit. So I'm like, why spend 138,000 naira to learn how to drive in a foreign man's country when I can actually come back to my country and learn how to drive, and then drive on the right hand? So that's off from what I actually want to learn. Because even if I'm going to the US or if I'm going to, I think I would prefer to get a car. Now, don't get me wrong, they have cars that are left-handed there, but majority of their vehicles in Dominica are right-handed. Another fact about Dominica is that I think they eat more of boiled food than fried food. Like if you go to restaurants, you see more of, they call it provisions, which is going to be, Nigeria we call provisions cornflakes, golden morn, biscuits, all those things, right? But in Dominica they call provisions basically boiled yam, boiled dashing, boiled plantain, boiled potatoes, and some other fig. I think fig is banana, so boiled banana and all those things. That's what they call their provisions. And please, if you're Dominican, please tell me why you guys call those provisions. Is it because you guys think they are so, like, they're light, like they're not fatty food? Is that why you call provision? Like, what's the reason behind calling boiled plantain, boiled yam provisions? Please, I would really love to know why you guys call that. So if you're Dominican, please can you respond to this and explain to us. Fourth fact about Dominica is that they have really tiny roads. Like, there are times I'm in a car and the car is going up a hill and I feel like I'm going to fall, like the car is going to fall, I'm going to die, because the roads are so narrow. And I think they only have one major road, which is the road that takes you from, connects Roseau, Portsmouth down. They have one major road. Yeah, in Nigeria we have different roads, Aba Express, like Podako Habra Express, we have East-West Road, we have different major roads. But in Dominica they have one or two, I think it's only one I've seen. And they also have tiny roads. Like in Dominica they have small roads, now, like I said, narrow roads. where you have to be careful. Their roads are so bendy, like maybe because it's an island, but it's so bendy. Like if I'm trying to drive into a street, I basically have to be careful because a car can be coming with same speed, and this is me driving, this is the car coming, and this is how the road is curved. So you have to basically be careful so that you don't collide. I feel like they need to expand their road just for safety, but I feel like also the drivers are already accustomed to the road, so they have no problem doing that. Now, one thing I like about Dominica that is also a fact is that they don't have traffic lights, but they obey traffic rules like mad. They even hardly have police, like Nigeria, we have police by the road helping traffic. They don't have that. I don't think I've ever seen police standing in Dominica and telling you, go this way, you wait, go this way. They are that disciplined that they don't need any policeman or woman to tell them what to do. The drivers obey traffic rules, the drivers obey the road rules, and they don't have any traffic lights. Is that not good? So kudos to you, Dominica, for that. Now, typical Nigerian, oh, market, we're going to the market, we're going to Rumola market, we're going to Rupoku market, we're going to Eliozu market, we're going to Woji market, where you go marketplace. If they tell you in school, you're making us like a marketplace, that means you're making noise, you're making loud noise, you're making loud, noisy noise. And that makes sense. But Dominica markets are so small, maybe because the island is a small island, so they basically don't have, like, you can never see Dominica market crowded, crowdy. It is always small, few people there, sellers minding their business, not too much wahala, not too much noise, not too much fight. Everybody's on their own, peaceful country. You see most of things you want in the local market. I think there's one local market I know very well. That's the one at Roseau, opposite KFC. If you know that, opposite KFC. Another fact about Dominica is I don't know if this will sound offensive, but they have lots of street people. People on the street, people, I don't want to use the word mad because they're not mad, but I think they have some mental disabilities. So they have lots of those on their roads, on their streets in Dominica. Like I've seen times where I'm passing on the road and one stripper just taps my hand. I'm like, what? Yes, Nigeria, we have such things. But Dominica is like everywhere you go to, you see a street, someone that's on the streets basically sleeping on the road. You see them with their cartons on the road, which I find wrong. Now, if you're a Nigerian, you know you can go and buy ice cream and biscuits as late as 10 p.m. I remember when I went to see my sister-in-law in Abuja, there's a shop beside her parents' house. I opposite her parents' house that they do 24 hours service. Dominica shops close super early. I think by like 5 or before, they're already closing. Like no shop. I was like on campus in my school. We'll be like, we want to cook rice in the evening. We'll have to leave the school by 3 o'clock, go to the shops, buy our thing. I think my closes by 4 or 5. You have to quickly go and buy, because if you don't do that, you will not see anything. Their shops close super early. I don't know why. Although I was informed by my friend who's coming to school that okay, Dominica they close early. They don't do late nights. I think there's only one shop I know, which was, I think, what they call it, something shack, pay shack, pay stack, shop shack. I can't remember the shop shack, but it was the only shop I remember that closes at 6, 7. At times they are at 8. They are still around. How do you want to make money if you close early? Like, another fact is that they do not care about auntie, uncle, ma, sir, good afternoon, good evening. Yes, they love greeting. Dominica, they don't even greet good morning, good afternoon, good evening. They greet good morning, good afternoon, good night. Like from 6 o'clock, if you're going to a bus, you have to say, good night everybody. Like in Nigeria, our good night is when you're going to sleep, abi. But Dominica, the good night is when you are entering, maybe from 5. It's their good night. I don't think I've ever seen anybody greet good evening in Dominica. It's good morning, good afternoon, and good night. They don't care about auntie, uncle, ma, sir, all those things. You can say Miss Pearl or Miss Tolu or Miss Precious. Nigeria, if you have someone other than you, must also be saying ma, good afternoon ma, good evening sir, how are you sir, welcome sir, this one sir. But they don't care about that. Okay, maybe the elderly people, they can say okay, hi sir, how are you doing today sir, or hi ma, and things like that. Now, I know that some houses in Nigeria, you can rent them furnished. My previous video I made, I said that we students get to pay like almost times 1.5 or times 2 of the rent that Dominicans pay. And I was corrected in the comment section that okay, the reason why Dominicans pay less is because they rent unfurnished houses. I think one thing I like about Dominica when I went there was the fact that I didn't have to start looking for chairs to buy, looking for pots to buy, looking for AC to buy, trying to furnish up my house. When I went there, I was able to rent a house that was furnished. Yes, I had to buy a few things to complete whatever was there. Like now, an extra pot and some extra plates, some extra spoons and all. It kind of like lifted the stress off. Now, I'm not saying every house you rent comes furnished. There are some houses that you rent that you have to furnish. And so if you want to go to Dominica and you want to rent a furnished house, you're living there for like 5 years, 6 years, then you can rent your house that is unfurnished and furnished as you go. But remember that most times you have to now start selling all the things you bought for your furnished house, which might be a bit of stress for you. I don't know, if you want, that's fine. Another thing that you guys need to know is there are a lot. Wait, let me even rephrase this safe. Now, as Nigerians, right, if we see a dog on the road, we will be scared that who wants this dog? What's dog on the road? We run basically, because you know how Nigerian dogs are crazy. But in Dominica, okay, so now another thing about Dominica that I found weird was the fact that they eat dolphins. I always knew dolphins to be uneatable aquatic animal. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if they eat dolphins in other Caribbean countries. I've never visited other Caribbean apart from Dominica, but they eat dolphins in Dominica, and I don't know why. Maybe the fish is good, but I never ever ate it because it was just not vibing with me. Like, why would I eat a dolphin fish? Dominica has, I think, about less than 10 schools, like 10 primary, secondary schools in the whole country. That is how small their school system is. They have good school system. They teach a lot, teach their students a lot, but they have very few schools. I think there's a school. There is a primary secondary school by my medical school in Dominica. And talking about university, they have only like 4 or 3 schools, which is one All Saints, which is a medical school. They used to have Ross there before, but Ross left after the Hurricane Maria in 2017. And I think they have one veterinarian school and then one nursing and medical school. That's the community school, forgot the name of. So they don't have schools like lots of schools like we Nigerians who have. I'm sure in, let's say in Port Harcourt now, we have University of Port Harcourt, we have Riverside University, we have polytechnics and everything. But in Dominica, they don't have such. They have very, very few schools. The final point for this video, which is going to be that ordering things from outside the country and shipping to Dominica is so expensive. I remember when I used to order my textbooks, like my Kaplan book from Amazon, and I'll end up paying Amazon shipping fee I used to use this shipping website called Aeropost. I'll pay shipping fee from the US to Dominica on Aeropost. When the thing gets to Dominica again, I'll have to pay like half, I'll be 20%, I'll be 10% of whatever my goods cost. So if you were ordering an iPhone costs $1,000, or let's say 500 USD, end up paying like 250 USD on that phone. That's like half of the phone. Yeah, I get the point that they're shipping things from the US, but why does it have to be so expensive? Why does it have to be so hard for us students to pay? I remember when I was getting my iPad, I told my friend of mine to please bring it for me from the US. She opened the iPad safe, and they'll think it's her own, because you don't want to start paying taxes on all those things. Shipping is so expensive, and I don't know why. So I think that's all I have for you today, guys, on facts about Dominica. If you have other facts, please tell me in the comment section. So this is gonna be like part 2 of the one I did likes and dislikes. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video as I enjoyed filming it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. Don't forget to drop a comment. Don't forget to share. Turn on your post notifications so that you can see when I upload new videos about Dominica and about other things. If you have any video idea you'd like to see, please drop in the comment section and I'll try to give you guys that. So that's all I have for you today, guys. Have a great day. Bye.